On this week's weekly video fishing forecast, we have our correspondents checking in from all around the island. Fred and Matt have some tips on fishing during the sand eel run, and News 12 meteorologist Rich Von Olin has a look at the weekend weather. All this and more at the new Fisherman.com. The fishing news is sponsored by these fine partners. The fluke season has come to an end, but there are still plenty of fish to target. October is one of the best months to fish as they migrate south. News 12 meteorologist Rich Von Olin has the weather outlook for the first weekend of the new month of October. Rich?
All right, thanks, Tim. Hey, anglers, let's check the weekend forecast. First weekend of October, and right now we're looking pretty good. We got some good news for this first weekend of October. Fall fishing should be great. Water temps, 60s and 70s, so we're doing okay. Cooled down a little bit the last several weeks, but not bad. Wave heights looking terrific, about a foot in the sound, 2 to 4 early Saturday, a little chopped, and then starts to really settle by midday afternoon, going about 2 feet. Offshore, maybe 2 to 4, way offshore, 4 to 8, but coastal sections should be terrific right through Sunday. Yeah, the ocean should be very fishable and very nice. So again, winds will be a little, gusty early Saturday morning and then settling down. And then, more of a westerly breeze at night, back to northwest on Sunday, but generally light and variable throughout most of the day in the afternoon. So we're looking very good. Don't see many issues. No rain. Nice October weekend. Great way to start things out. High tides, North Shore for the midday, South Shore figure about the morning. And temps are good. We got mostly mid to upper 60s. Nice, comfortable weekend. Sunday, too. Looking very good. Let's check the Guru quickly and see what we got going on here. And, there's your Saturday, and it looks like, northwest early, a little chop, and then settling down for the afternoon. Should be fine. Wave height's not too bad. And there's your Sunday. Light, variable, north breeze, looks very good. A general 2 to 3 foot chops. And that's about it, and we're looking very good. So weekend, Tim, hey, very, very nice start to October. Be safe. Enjoy, anglers. Have a great weekend.
Sand eels are one of the migrating bait fish that stripers and bluefish feed on in the fall. Fisherman Senior Editor Fred Golofaro and Long Island Managing Editor Matthew Broderick have some tips on lures that match the profile of these sand eels.
Hey, Tim. Hey, we've got a lot of new people in the fishing game since this whole COVID incident started. A lot of them have taken up surf fishing. It's easy, it's easily to access. You don't need a boat. You don't have to spend a lot of money. And what we're hoping for this year is a repeat of the sand eel runs we've had the last couple of years. It's great fishing. It's daytime fishing. And there's some lures you really should have in your bag if you want to get into this. And the fishing can last all fall, can last till the end of November, some years even into December. They like the colder water, and they will stick around, like I said, for the whole fall. Matt Broderick's going to go over some of the lures you need, and again, make sure you have these. They're all great lures when the sand eels are in the wash.
Sand eels have to be one of my favorite bait fish to be around in the surf or striped bass. Typically, sand eels mean that they're going to be sticking around for a long time, most of the month of October and sometimes into November. Also, with sand eels comes some hot and heavy fishing. Usually, when you're fishing for bass on sand eels, you're catching a lot of fish. Not always big fish, but you do always get the opportunity to catch big fish. A couple of lures for daytime fishing that I do like to use for sand eels are mainly tins, diamond jigs, Hopkins, West End tins also. The way I like to fish them is I'll cast them out with the lure sink to the bottom and reel them back in with a slow retrieve. As far as nighttime fishing goes when there's sand eels around, it's pretty much the same idea, except I'm using mainly things like needlefish and tsunami sand eels as well. Same concepts apply. Use the right weight for the right surf conditions. Cast your lure out, let the lure sink down, and start with a slow retrieve to a moderate retrieve. Real simple, and have some fun out there this fall.
The October issue of the Fisherman is out now. Matthew Broderick has a neat article about using fat tire bikes on the beach. Tony Salerno has a great article on blackfishing in the Long Island Sound. And Jerry Audette has an informative read on slide baits. All this and more at thenewfisherman.com and in the current issue of the Fisherman magazine. Steigercraft builds boats by the same people at Fish Our Waters. That's why serious anglers choose Steigercraft for their 40 years of boat building experience right here in the Northeast. Visit steigercraft.com for a dealer near you. From Montauk, we have Captain Timothy O'Rourke.
Thanks, Tim. Well, what a difference a week makes. After that bad blow last week, everything seems to have come around and really entered the fall season. But first, I just want to say thank you very much to all the kids that participated in the Montauk Youth Fluke Tournament this year. We had over 50 kids involved. Emily Bruno is going to be our top winner 2 years in a row with a 10.88 fluke. And I'd just like to take a moment to thank all the local businesses and people that came out and supported this tournament and helped us raise up to $4,000 for the Tyler Project here on the East End. So in regards to the weekly report, as everybody knows, fluke fishing is wrapping up and we're all looking forward to blackfish. Captain Mike Ferrara and his crew on the Iron Wind out of Montauk Marine Basin made a trip out to the canyon this weekend and did pretty good. They had a swordfish up to 150 pounds. They had about 8 yellowfins up to 90 pounds. And they had a rare treat of an Allison tuna, which we haven't really seen too many of them around here in the last few years. This was about $1.75, about 175 pounds. In regards to the local bass fishing is starting to really pick up. In regards to fly fishing and light tackle, all the false albacore have shown up. We have loads and loads of bass schooling on the surface for everybody to throw flies, poppers, or bucktails at. We've had reports of up to fish up to 20 and 30 pounds and bigger. Just want to say, get out to Montauk. The fishing's red hot and the fall run is on. Thank you.
From Shinnecock, let's check in with Mike Dean.
Hey Tim, what's going on, everyone? Fishing's fairly solid. I was hoping for a little bit better for this time of year. Last couple of years at this point, plenty of schoolies in the surf, and a little bit of a sand eel hatch going on. So the sand eel imitators, A27s, the teasers, the whole bit was working. It's been a little bit tougher to get it fish, although there been a couple of 15 to 20 pound fish caught a little closer to Moriches Inlet than Shinnecock at Sunset on surface plugs. The bait bite has kind of like slowed down a little bit, but when it does pop up, the fish have been bigger. It's still, the poppers and spooks, mag daughters on a really, really slow retrieve. Like I said last week, it's one of those, like, any day it could just bust out, and we're seeing that in small spots. So fluke season is in the books. Hope everyone got their doormats this year. Blackfish just around the corner, so that'll be fun. Hoping to do some going for blackfish in some of the inlets, Shinnecock and Moriches, with jigs. It's amazing how much the jigs have been predominant the last few years. A couple of bluefish around too, nothing too crazy. A few yellowfin also around for those that got out, but this weather and the wind has been a little bit tough. So get some great catches in this weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Back to you, Tim. Thanks.
Kale's Family Boating Center is ready to get you out on the water. Check out a Sea Pro powered by Suzuki. New models are in stock now, but may not last. Visit kalesfamilyboating.com for more information. From the Fire Island area and the Great South Bay, let's check in with Captain Al Lorenzetti.
Hey Tim, Fire Island report. Well, fluke season is now over, but doesn't mean fishing is done. There are still a lot of porgies inside, a lot of blowfish, triggerfish as well, and it looks like it's going to be a real good weekend, so you can probably get out there on the offshore wrecks and do some sea bass fishing and some big porgies out there in the ocean as well. And then, of course, tuna fishing. It looks like Saturday and Sunday is going to be a great ocean, so it's a good time to run deep out of Fire Island or any other inlet on the South Shore. And remember, if you want more detailed reports, check skimmeroutdoors.com website, where I give a more complete report about what's happening in the local area. So that's about it for this week, Tim. Talk to you next week. Be well.
From Seaford, we have Roger Boodoo.
Hey, Tim, hey, anglers. How's it going? Have the report out of Jones Inlet, and we'll start off right away with the offshore report. We shot out to the Bacardi wreck a few days ago, and we were really targeting blue and yellow fins. And we didn't make it as far as Hudson, but we heard the guys on the radio at Hudson weren't really lighting the world on fire that day. It was a really flat day, so we did get out there, and we weren't able to hook up with any blues or yellow fins. We kind of wanted to catch them before their migration. But the water temperatures really dropped over the last couple of days, and they moved a little further out. But when we were moving back inside towards the first contour line, about 150 feet, we ran into the false albacore again, and they are very abundant. using daisy chains, spreader bars, and just non-stop action with the tunnies. So it was really a lot of fun. They're actually really good eating if you're willing to, prepare them properly, remove the bloodlines, and bleed them. So that was the action for the offshore. Moving back on the inside now, we had our first striped bass caught in the area right off of Jones Beach. Well, at least one of my friends' first stripers, 31 inches right off of the surf, using poppers and bucktails. And as for myself, I've been fishing the bridges by the Meadowbrook and the Montauk, using clam bellies and chum. It's been really slow. Haven't hooked up with any stripers, not even any schoolies. They still didn't make their way back on the inside just yet, but we're looking forward to that. And maybe over the next couple of weeks, we're looking forward to, the fall run is going to really start to pick up. So we're going to be doing bunker spoon and mojo trolling, and we'll keep you guys posted on that. So we're looking forward to that time. So that's all we really have to report for this week. Tim, appreciate it, and anglers, get out there and catch them up. Back to you.
Joe Bensavenga has been fishing his local beach around the Jones Beach area and reports all the snappers and small bluefish you could possibly want. They're falling for small jigs, 3/4 ounce to 1.5 ounce. No bass yet, but he has caught a few late season fluke. Now let's go to the North Shore and check in with Mark McGowan of Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle.
Since like last Saturday, the wind's been unrelenting, so really got to look to this new full moon that's coming up this weekend. You're going to probably see with these hard west-southwest winds, really unusual low tides. That might be good for people that are going to go picking Asian crabs for blackfish along the North Shore. You might want to give that a try. We still have plenty of fish. There's weakfish, small bluefish, a lot of these schoolie bass. I haven't seen any squid move in. I think maybe we have a few more weeks for that. Still have our eyes open for the albies. They made a show out to the east, and I was hoping maybe they came around Orient. They're going to start making their way down into the Sound. We'll have to see about that. But with these hard winds from the west, sometimes that can do the opposite. Right now we've got around 68-degree weather. Water temperature rather, so that's fantastic. As it drops, you should see more action. There's plenty of baits. We've got peanuts, anchovies, lots of snappers around, and again, it's just a lot of fish out there. You can go porgy, sea bass, weakfish, bluefish, striped bass, so plenty to target out there. I would keep your eye open for some extreme currents. We've got the full moon, remember, coming in this weekend. That's going to be great. So get out there, enjoy yourselves, live a good life, tight lines.
With our fly and freshwater report, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Tim. Well, I had quite the week. First thing is, Monday morning, my wife was off work and she woke me up and said, let's go look at trailers. And I'm like, okay. And we had a terrific time checking it out. And more importantly, we discovered how much camping and freshwater fishing there is out here on Long Island. It's incredible. Suffolk County has terrific parks, and most of them have either fresh or saltwater fishing. It's been really, really interesting. I can't wait till next year to really hit all those kettle ponds and the marshes back there. But today, it's Tuesday, I'm here up on the Housatonic before the rain, doing my two-handed fishing on my two-handed rod. There is a lot of fish being caught. Duck Dennis, he already had 3 and I just got here. So it's been really good as far as that goes. Tomorrow, with the 3 inches of rain, we might not have that. Same thing. Salt water, tough around by our area. Some shad have been around. This is Jones Beach area, but Montauk, Captain Tim O'Rourke has been calling in and saying, Paul, it's been really good. You got to get out of here. I just wish I had more time. But there is a lot of fish to be had. We're really starting. And look how gorgeous it is. It's just absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous day. So, tie lines, everybody. See you next week.
From Oceanside, we have Captain Joey Leggio.
Hey, Tim. What's going on? The report out of the Reynolds Channel, Debs Inlet area. The bays are still fully loaded with bait. I'm still seeing your peanut bunker everywhere. Still seeing them behind my house in the way back bay, too. So the bait's still there. The bridges are holding stripers, bluefish, porgies, and also now the blackfish have shown up. Plenty of blackfish are being caught as bycatch. Chris here, I'll send this picture in, had this one on one of the local bridges. I guess the fish was probably about 4.5 pounds. The back bays, actually last week, if you recall, I took out Benjamin. He was so excited about the trip, he told his sister Emma she wanted to get on the action. So this past week, I took the duo out, brother and sister team. They battled it out, and they had a blast catching cocktail bluefish. Again, back bays. Again, it was a trolling thing. We did a little casting, but mostly it was trolling, letting the kids hold the rods. And we were trolling Kitech lures, little Yozori swimmers, and we were casting the Spro bucktails with the fat cow strips. Plenty of life again. The kids had a blast. And honestly, it's a lot of fun on a light spin gear. Then on the weekend, I had out, what did I have with me? I forgot now. Oh, I had all my National Guards out with me. 4 guys took them out. They wanted to get some porgies. We tried the local reefs, but all the local reefs were pretty much dead. I'm guessing it's that swell turning up that bottom, and it really shut down the fishing pretty bad. So we went out a little deeper, hit the 90-foot depths, and we connected with porgies, some sea bass. I think we had like 4 or 5 keeper sea bass, 2 dozen porgies. And the highlight of the catch is the guy caught his first codfish, and codfish was estimated at about 10 pounds. So that was pretty cool for the guys. They had a blast. They went home with enough meat. They made their fish tacos and hopefully cracked the Corona over that too. But other than that, that's my report. Like I said, the fall's kicking in, the water's cooling down, and the bait is there. So get out there, fish those dock lines, fish those bridges, fish any structure you can find, and you'll find the fish. Tim, I'll talk to you later.
Let's go back to the North Shore and check in with Hawaiian Dan.
Thanks, Tim. All right, everybody. Aloha! I'm Hawaiian Dan of the YouTube channel TalkFishTV.com, reporting on the central North Shore of Long Island for the Fisherman magazine, where I can be found this time of year surf casting, fishing from shore, or fishing from my Sea Eagle inflatable 14-foot sports runabout from SeaEagle.com. The hatch in my region is still microbait, grass shrimp, rainbait, whitebait, butterfish, squid, peanut bunker, and adult bunker everywhere. The day bite is super red hot and non-stop, producing as many snappers, bluefish, porgy, sea bass, stripers with some keepers in the mix, and of course our local resident, the rockin' sea robins. The night bite is still producing schoolie stripers, porgy, bluefish, and there's still sea bass and the unintentional blackfish swimming around as well. Now the fall run is off to a fantastic start, but the #1 major key factor for success with these migratory fish is networking, networking, networking.
Captain Mike Sentry has the latest from Staten Island.
Thanks, Tim and Fred. Well, guys, another hot week of fishing is definitely in the books. Let's start off with striped bass. Got folks like the Vitamin C out of Keyport, New Jersey. He's been targeting striped bass now since fluke season's over. He's been using live eels and live bunker. He's getting the job done in New York Harbor and surrounding waterways. Frank, I believe, is using a 3-way swivel to get down to the bottom. You want to use about a 6 to 7 ounce bank sinker with about 3 feet or 4 feet of a fluorocarbon leader. And of course, with the octopus hooks or circle hooks will do the trick. I and my friend Aaron went out last week offshore. We tried to entice the tuna with the chunk, but too many boaters out there. And I was watching these boaters that were definitely overfeeding the tuna. Heavy chunking. That's not the way to do it, guys. You want to keep the tuna entertained. You want to keep them enticed. You want to keep them hungry. So definitely easy on the chunking and you will produce some fish. For us, we switched it up to trolling. Managed to go 1 for 2. Didn't come home skunked, which was definitely a great way to end the day. Charter business Andreas Toy out of Point Pleasant, Clark's Landing. Man, let me tell you, Freddy's been putting his customers on a whole bunch of yellowfin tuna. Boat limit plus, catch and release, and hit the lobster pots for some quality size mahi. So if you want to book your next adventure, definitely call Andreas Toy, guys. Well, signing out, Mike MG, otherwise known as Mike Sentry. Take care, guys. Tight line. See you around.
Let's check in with Chris Ludwig.
Hey, thanks, Tim. What's going on, guys? So this last week, I didn't fish as much as I would have liked to, unfortunately. But the day that we did get out there, we backed the boat up onto this rock by a local bridge, and we had a banger sea bass bite for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. The top of the outgoing tide hit, and then from there it got better and better till about the midway point of the tide. And we were catching them on those goat paddle shads again. I know I'm beating them to death, but they just work. What can I say? We were fishing high-low rigs, Berkeley bucktails with a dropper loop up top with the 4.0 Gamakatsu, and that is that. Later on, we ended up switching up just to a round, like ball sinker, bank sinkers, whatever we had, and again, the same Gamakatsu hook up top, just to save tackle, because we were busting off bucktails left and right. That's it. I'm going to get back on my normal routine tonight. Hope to see you all out there. Take care.
Finally, we have our offshore report with Captain Tony Gatto.
Thanks, Tim. It's amazing how the northeast tuna bite continues into the fall. Off the edge, the Hudson has been the most consistent, with sword fishing, both day and night. Albacore and yellowfin have also been mixed in. Here is mako bones with a bunch of yellowfin and a nice wahoo caught in the Hudson. Fishing has slowed down a little at the Ranger Wreck and to the east. But rest assured, migrating bluefin and sharks will be available throughout October. The Cornbury has had a steady mix of bluefin and yellowfin, with albies to the north. 40 to 70 pound yellowfin are still readily available at the Bacardi and the Triple Wrecks. The exciting news is the amount of wahoo that have been caught southeast of the Triple Wrecks. Here is a picture of Steve Giselic Jr. with a nice 71-inch wahoo. Also pictured here is a stud that was boated on the Broderick. There are many other wahoos reported, mixed in both chunking and fast trolling, just southeast of the Triple Wrecks. Back to you, Tim.
Remember, like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. And of course, be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine to be part of the Dreamboat and Coastal Kayak Clash contest. Check out this video's description on YouTube for all the related links and more information. And please support our correspondents by visiting their websites and social media pages. Don't even think about putting your boat away yet. The best is yet to come. See you next week right here at the all-new Fisherman.com.